Today we're visiting a factory that builds some of the largest wind turbine blades used in modern power generation. We'll follow the entire journey from raw materials all the way to a finished blade ready for transport. Almost everything needed to build a wind turbine blade arrives here first, including fiberglass fabrics, structural core materials, resin systems, and root components. These fiberglass rolls will eventually become much of the blade's outer structure. Each blade requires a substantial amount of composite fabric. These foam core panels help create internal structures inside the blade, while keeping overall weight under control. Later in the process, this resin will flow through layers of fiberglass and turn them into a solid composite structure. Everything connected to this root section has to handle enormous loads once the blade is installed on a turbine. We've now entered the section of the factory where the blades are actually built. These molds determine the final shape, dimensions. Before any materials can be installed, the entire mold surface is carefully inspected. Let's check this section here. At this stage, the mold is still completely empty before any blade materials are introduced.
Everything is now ready for the first fiberglass materials. The mold is clean, protected with release coating, and equipped with the vacuum hardware that will be used.
Before the fiberglass reaches the mold, each layer has to be prepared in the correct shape and size for its specific location. The root section experiences the highest loads on the entire blade, which is why additional reinforcement materials are prepared here. The spar cap carries much of the bending load experienced by a wind turbine blade during operation.
These foam components will eventually sit inside the blade and help maintain its shape without adding excessive weight.
Everything needed for the first stage of blade construction is now gathered beside the mold. We're looking at the first fiberglass layer entering the mold. At this point, the structure is still extremely simple, and only a small portion of the mold has been covered. The root section is receiving additional reinforcement because it will eventually connect the blade to the turbine hub. The spar cap will eventually become one of the strongest structural elements inside the blade.
Ready? Lower it down.
Got it.
There's still a long way to go before this starts looking like a finished blade, but the foundation of the internal structure is now in place. We're seeing much larger structural fabrics being added now. Even though the blade still looks unfinished, these layers will eventually become a major part of its load-carrying structure. The next materials entering production are the foam core sections. These sections help the blade maintain stiffness without adding unnecessary weight.
Align it right there. Got it, looks good.
The shear web is one of the blade's most important internal structures because it helps resist twisting and bending loads.
Steady, bring it down. Watch the alignment on this side.
Nearly all of the major structural components are now in place. The blade still isn't finished, but the internal architecture is becoming much easier to recognize.
Check the alignment on this spar cap.
Fiber layers look correct here.
The next major transformation happens when resin moves through the structure and turns these separate materials into a single composite blade.
Make sure it's tight around this corner.
I'm checking the ports now. We're now removing air from inside the mold. The vacuum helps prepare a pathway for resin to travel through the structure.
The resin is being prepared right beside the mold. Once infusion begins, it has to move through an enormous amount of fiberglass material.
Check the pressure on line 2.
For the first time, resin is entering the structure. Most of the blade is still dry, but that begins changing right here. It gradually moves through the fiberglass, replacing air and bonding the materials together.
Pressure looks stable. The separate materials are beginning to behave as one integrated structure. Copy that, full saturation confirmed.
At this point, the blade contains all of its major materials. The next step is allowing the resin to harden and create a rigid composite structure. From this point forward, the focus shifts to controlled curing and turning those materials into a rigid composite shell. Large blades don't cure instantly. The process has to be monitored carefully to ensure the entire structure hardens evenly.
Station 4 shows stable, transitioning to final cure.
The composite structure has now hardened. What remains hidden inside the mold is the first real blade shell. Before the blade can be removed, the mold has to be carefully unlocked along its entire length. For the first time, we're beginning to see the composite surface that has been hidden inside the mold throughout the manufacturing process. We're finally looking at the first cured blade shell. Even though it already resembles part of a blade, a significant amount of work still remains.
The shell is now strong enough to be lifted, but the operation has to be performed carefully because of its enormous size.
This shell has completed its journey through molding and curing. The next major step is joining it into a complete blade structure. The next goal is turning separate blade shells into a single structural component capable of operating on a wind turbine. The adhesive being applied here will eventually become one of the most important structural connections in the entire blade. Alignment is critical here. Even small positioning errors can create problems along the entire blade length. This is one of the most important moments in the factory. Separate composite shells are becoming a single blade structure. We're now looking at the first complete blade shape. Structurally, the major shell sections are finally connected. The root section carries enormous loads during operation, so final assembly work here receives special attention. Structurally, the blade is now complete. The remaining work focuses on surface finishing and preparing it for service. The blade has completed its structural journey through the factory. From here, the focus shifts to surface quality, protection, and final appearance.
The blade structure is complete. Now the surface work begins.
Excess material is removed so the blade matches its final design dimensions. Even small surface defects are corrected before coating begins. The entire surface has to feel uniform before any coating is applied. The surface is checked one final time before coating starts. The primer creates a uniform base for the final coating.
The primer is complete. Now the blade is ready for its final coating.
This white coating is the finish most people associate with modern wind turbine blades.
Perfect, keep that steady pace.
The final markings help identify this blade throughout its service life. The blade is finished. The last step is preparing it for transport. The blade is complete. Now every major feature is checked before transport preparation begins. The blade geometry is verified to make sure it matches design requirements. The root section receives special attention because it carries enormous loads during operation. The inspection process is complete. The blade is now approved for transport preparation. Protective coverings help prevent damage during transport and handling. The transport frame is designed to support the blade throughout its journey. The blade is now moving onto the transport frame that will carry it out of the factory. The blade is being secured, so it can travel safely without damaging the structure. Final checks make sure the blade is ready for the next stage of its journey.
All secure here.
After a long manufacturing journey, the blade is finally ready to leave the factory.